If I'm going to be completely honest, I think the show that I'm most interested in seeing the conclusion of, at least for its second season or season that is airing in this winter 2021 season, would be Beastars Season 2. This show is just so fascinating and really is taking everything that I loved about Season 1, but then taking the element I thought would never get covered, which was the murder mystery, and if it did get covered, I didn't think it would tie into such an interesting conspiracy that then you get all this amazing Louis content. Seriously, Season 2 knocking it out of the park. I am blown away by how they're able to use cliffhangers in a way that infuriates me because I'm like, you didn't just end the episode with Louis pointing a gun at his father saying, sign the form to withdraw me from school, as he's contemplating in his head just how he actually feels, because he respects the man, but he, doesn't even know him, hoping that he signs it because he doesn't want to have to pull the trigger. But I feel like if he doesn't, he would pull the trigger. It really does feel that way. But at the same time, I could easily see him saying, I'm not going to sign it, and he just walks away or something. But still, the emotional struggles that these characters are going through. I mean, LEGOSHI'S new look, I wasn't really expecting a new look for him, because when you see anthropomorphic designs, the most you really assume is going to change is outfits, similar to Louis, right? What we saw with Louis in Season 1 compared to now, vastly different. A suit goes a long way. But to see our boy get completely shaved, it's honestly, I really like it. It looks completely different, and it also just kind of symbolizes this change, like he's shedding his skin and becoming something different. I really like that. Something I was talking about in last week's review was the idea of this gang that he's now a part of, Louis. I thought to myself, I'm pretty sure that this one member really does want to support Louis as being boss. I don't see why he'd go out his way to buy a herbivore meal, not show the other people that he's eating it, because then he'd look weak in the others' perspectives, but I wasn't convinced that he had 100% good intentions to keep him as boss. In this episode though, I feel like at this point I'd be willing to put money that he cares for Louis as their boss. There's no reason that you would go against one of your fellow men saying, once we get to a certain spot, we're going to toss him away, we're going to eat him because I bet he's going to taste great. And he's saying you lay a single fang, we'll be eating you. That's something to me that you don't say unless you 100% believe that not only is this kid our boss, he's someone I believe in and I think will change our group for the better in the coming years. This is someone I will devote my life to, and immediately gave me death flags. That's kind of how I felt. Someone who's that devoted, who's trying to kind of do this revolution to their group. I feel like a majority of their members probably are saying, we'll use him until we no longer need him, and then we'll cook him up for dinner. But then you have only how many people actually firmly believe Louis is the leader. Death flags galore, but that characterization I think is really important, and I'm glad they didn't drag it out of the, does he really care for Louis as a person, or is he really just using him the same way the others clearly are? Really great clarification there. Louis is without doubt my favorite part of Season 2, and at this point I would say he's probably my favorite character of Beastars. His change in how he used to fit into a role that he was going to pretend to be something he isn't, and now has accepted the world as this is what it is, and if I'm going to survive, I'm going to use strength that actually matters and will do something, and how he doesn't like his situation, but he understands that this is the only way, and him becoming the Beastar was just a fabrication, all things considered. He's accepted fate as it is, and will do whatever it takes to survive. And the Juno moment with him, I think, could have easily been disposable, but I thought the chemistry between the two and how you really do have this, literal normal element trying to pull him back into seemingly normal reality, but to him, being pulled back to that school would be the most artificial fabrication ever. He's going to continue to be strong, but he appreciates her just as a person, and the idea that, he's just getting clarification. Was Haru hurt? How was Legoshi hurt, right? There's all these different things happening. And that kind of it kind of felt like, there's this romantic tension, maybe she's getting blushed, she's running away. But it served a bigger purpose to really show that this is a man who may put on a face that he doesn't care, but he still does care about a lot of things, all things considered, and he wanted to make sure those that he knew, such as Legoshi and Haru, what happened to them, even if he heard they both were dead, he probably wouldn't have shown too much emotion in that state, but he would have reflected on it later. There's so many great things happening, and I love the idea that this is a show that's really taking characters who you probably had a good idea who they were in Season 1 and completely flipping them on its head and just turning into something even more compelling. Legoshi himself, I love the idea of him being shedded of his fur because he's really trying to change and become someone stronger, and the fact that he actually had to go back to school because there's no realistic way that he couldn't, so it's better for him to go to school, kind of be like a magnet to whoever did try to attack him while he also gets stronger. I have bad feelings about what's going to happen because not only is he going to school in the day, he then trains all night and then he comes back home. He has no real time to eat, he has no real time to sleep, and he's refusing to eat meat, which is basically, even his mentor saying, like, all the athletes, all the people in the army, they do it behind closed doors. If you want to get stronger, this is how it has to be. So how is he going to be strong enough to go up against someone who probably will be able to take him out if he doesn't have nutrition in his body and things like that? It's hard to say, but I mean, my boy Yuki Kaiji was the perfect fit for this character because his trollish nature and how he's playing this playboy who, you know, can so casually say, oh yeah, I got smacked across the face because when I was making out with this girl, I said the wrong name. Why do I have to be attached to one person? And just the idea of the banter after a boy who's been saying, I'm not going to eat meat, I'm going to protect herbivores, is now face to face with the first herbivore he's truly ever despised. And he's just saying, I'm going to the cafeteria. The way they're able to use high school drama with these anthropomorphic designs is so amazing. And it honestly reminded me the most of season 1's banter, where you had kind of the hostility between the carnivores and the herbivores and things like that. I just love how there's so many little pieces at play, and like any one of those pieces could define an episode if it was 20 minutes of just that. I could literally just see our boy trying to blend in with his school after almost getting killed, having to deal with a herbivore you truly hate for an entire episode, and I would love it. Or I could just focus on our boy Louis trying to blend in with his gang lifestyle as he tries to separate himself from everything that we've seen in season 1, as you have these emotional tensions kind of like brewing in the background. Hell, I can look at just the gang itself, don't look at Louis at all, and just see what they're thinking about their newfound boss, how many truly believe in him and how many truly hate him, right? There's so many things at play, and Beastars Season 2 is so good. I'm hoping when Season 2 comes out officially on Netflix across the entire world, because I know Japan gets it weekly, which I envy you for getting weekly Beastars, as I have to sail the high seas, as everyone watching these reviews do. But still, I'm really hoping that this will blow up just as much as Season 1, because if you like Season 1, Season 2 is just even better, honestly. It takes everything and just improves on it. And if we don't get a full adaptation, I think that'll be one of the biggest anime catastrophes that we've ever seen. This is a show that just feels like it gets better with time. And I've heard different things about people who read the manga. Some really like where it goes, some saying like, oh, it eventually loses its magic. Based on what I'm seeing from Season 2, if this is the trajectory it's going, Beastars is a classic in the making, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe that's premature, maybe that's hype, I don't know. I just know that I know how I felt with Season 1, and I already was like, this is exceptional. It's just carrying on from there. It's different, but it's also the same, and I love how they're really turning characters I thought I knew what to expect with Legoshi, as well as with someone like Louis, and flipping them on his head while still having that classic Beastars high school formula to kind of bring it all together so it never gets too depressing, but it still always has you on the edge of your seat. Voice actors, incredible. Yuki Kaiji, you can never go wrong, but all the characters did a great job in this episode. And animation, still, love the 3D in Beastars. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. What did you think, and where do you think it's going to go with episode 6 next week? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share your support, and hit that subscribe button if you have been new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.